Guys, what's up? Happy Friday. Man, these weeks just fly by, don't they? When I was younger, it seemed like the weeks would just drag, but now the more I age, the quicker they go. It's Friday, Moccasin Creek drop. Decisions is the title of this one. It'll be provided down below in the description, so please check them out. Stay to the end if you want to hear a little extra commentary. If not, you can bail. I understand. And before we get going, I just want to say one quick thing here. I have got tons of subscriptions the last week and a half, and I think it's because I branched out at some different types of artists. And I'm just kind of blown away, to be honest with you. And I sincerely mean this. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just so happy that you guys want to share some time with me. You know, every couple of days, share a few minutes with me, acting the fool, reacting to some music. And sometimes I get to talking. Maybe tonight might be the one, so be careful. Moccasin Creek can get me going sometimes. But I really mean that. Thank you so much. I'm just kind of in shock. I was checking out my subscriptions today, and I was like, wow. And I try to get at least read the comments. I don't comment back all of the time, but I do read them. Sometimes they're not so nice, and sometimes they are. But I'm a big boy, and I do try to treat people with respect, and I do ask that in return. And I also ask that you kind of open your mind a little bit before you respond, and not be so close-minded to a lot of the things that I say. Sometimes I can put my foot in my mouth, but I genuinely am having fun reacting to these things, and I really like artists like this. They are very heartfelt. The southern area of the United States, the Tennessees, the Georgias, the Texas, the different artists, the different areas of the United States, they all bring a little different type of flavor. City people bring a little flavor that's different from the country people. So, just give these artists a try that I'm reacting to if you're new here. And hope you bear with me on some of my reactions. I'm just having fun. I'm just being a normal dude, and just trying to listen to people, talk about what's going on in their lives. And this artist is definitely one of those, and I think you will enjoy it. So, I hope you enjoy my reaction. What you got, Jeff?
If you drink to drown away the pain will learn to swim one day, you'll never be the same. Pop a pill to grow some wings and try and fly away. You chase the sun on the run to find a brighter day. I done ate so many pills I should never hurt. I've been on the purple hills in an Aussie shirt. So much powder through my nose just to be a bum. This pain is so fun, cause I am so numb. Yo, I drink to sink the demons, but the demons learn to float. And every swallow is just a fire where the pain's inside my throat. Tried to medicate the madness, but the madness didn't die. I'm chasing rays across the haze, but the days keep passing by. I've been wired on that powder just to shower out the hurt. I turned a blessing to a lesson, but
this type of music is really needed in our world. I don't know what the percentage is, but there's a lot of people. I live in Oregon. I can go downtown Portland, and I see people addicted to drugs, and I see people alcoholics. There's just so many that people are walking around like zombies in the street. We travel a lot. Some of the cities that we go to, my wife and I, You get downtown into the nitty gritty and you see a lot of people that are addicted. And, it's just really, um, it breaks your heart. It really breaks your heart. There's some of you guys know I really like poetry. I don't think I've mentioned it before with Moccasin Creek, but I am kind of a poetry buff, and there's a lot of a few things that really helped me out with the addictions that I have in my life. I mean, we all kind of are addicted to something in some way, but I like poetry. A lot of I look for poets that really kind of are uplifting and they speak to things that really affect me in my life. And my wife, she if it wasn't for my wife, I'd pretty much be, I'd probably be dead somewhere, to be honest with you. She really pulled me out of a lot of bad times in my life. And then my faith, has. I'm not going to proselytize to you, but that is an important part of my life. Um, and everything in conjunction, together has really um, lifted me up. And I kind of, when I step back, I kind of think of things. If I'd have went a little bit further, I'd probably be dead. And I really can relate to Jeff. Um, his music really is relatable to me because I've pretty had some pretty dark times too. you know, um, there's a poet by the name of Ashley Becker. She wrote this poem, and a lot of these poems I memorize. Not they're not perfect, but I do remember a lot of the poets what they say, especially the impactful ones. This one's called "Destined to Fly." She used to be addicted to heroin, and I might get some of this wrong, but her name's Ashley Becker, and she says that she once was an addict chained by desire, a puppet to the fire, but now the strings are cut. She says when she stopped doing heroin, and then she says, "I rise from the ashes, and I'm no longer stuck. My the wings, or see, wings once clipped now spread wide, destined to fly," she says. I mean, things, poets like that, they're really impactful. And then you hear artists like this, and they're able to talk about, their issues also. And it's needed it's needed. I mean, we all need it, and some more than others. And then, like I said at the beginning, if it wasn't for, you know, maybe someone's listening to me right now talk, and someone's listening to Moccasin Creek, and we both can, connect with one of you and tell you that, you can pull out of it. And, but, coming from me, you're not going to pull out of it unless you have to do it yourself. You can't, someone can be your inspiration, but it's got to come from you. So I just want to get to give it, but you can do it. It's hard, but you got to do it. And, I still drink alcohol, but, Oregon is one of these states that, drugs can kind of go, everything goes, right? And unfortunately, but I would just say to you, life is better lived sober. That's true. It's true. We'll start over again. I didn't mean to get on a little rant there, but I just wanted to say that for anybody who wants to hear it.
If you drink to drown away the pain will learn to swim one day, you'll never be the same. Pop a pill to grow some wings and try and fly away. You chase the sun on the run to find a brighter day. I done ate so many pills I should never hurt. I've been on them purple hills in an Aussie shirt. So much powder through my nose just to be a bum. This pain is so fun, cause I am so numb. Yo, I drink to sink the demons, but the demons learn to float. And every swallow is just a fire where the pain's inside my throat. Try to medicate the madness, but the madness
they float up top because they don't disappear because they float. Yeah. It's true. It's true. They kind of linger around. They never go away. Yeah. Always lurking in the background.
So fun, cause I am so numb. Yo, I drink to sink the demons, but the demons learn to float. And every swallow is just a fire where the pain's inside my throat. Try to medicate the madness, but the madness didn't die. I'm chasing rays across the haze, but the days keep passing by. I've been wired on that powder just to shower out the hurt. I turned a blessing to a lesson, but the lesson made it worse. Every pill another chapter where the pages start to bleed. Every bottle just a throttle that's been drowning out my need. Pop a tap for resurrection, resurrection never comes. All that glows inside that neon turns to shadows when it's done. They say happiness was measured in a line across the glass, but them numbers never add up and them futures never last. If you drink to drown away the pain will learn to swim one day. You'll never.
Okay, he's got the clock in the background. Time.
A line across the glass, but them numbers never add up and them futures never last. If you drink to drown away the pain will learn to swim one day, you'll never be the same. Pop a pill to grow some wings and try and fly away. You chase the sun on the run to find a brighter day. I done ate so many pills I should never hurt. I've been on the purple hills in an Aussie shirt. So much powder through my nose just to be a bum. This pain is so fun, cause I am so numb. I've been drowning in decisions where the whiskey keeps me chained. Tried to bury all my secrets, but they surface with my shame. Every cap.
It's true. It's true. Are you guys hearing what he's saying here?
Cause I am so numb. I've been drowning in decisions where the whiskey keeps me chained. Tried to bury all my secrets, but they surface with my shame. Every capsule that I swallowed was a bullet to the chest. And every night I played with shadows, every night I never rest. Pain became a preacher, sermons whispered in my ear. Told me numbness was salvation, told me you belong right here. But the needle in the bottle wrote a scripture of their own. And every verse was full of curses that engraved into my bones. If you drink the drop.
Listen to the bars. Listen to the bars.
Came a preacher, sermons whispered in my ear. Told me numbness was salvation, told me you belong right here. But the needle in the bottle wrote a scripture of their own. And every verse was full of curses that engraved into my bones. If you drink to drown away the pain will learn to swim one day, you'll never be the same. Pop a pill to grow some wings and try and fly away.
Right.
You chase
because you feel like you can do that, but you're really not. You can't. Yikes, man.
Same. Pop a pill to grow some wings and try and fly away. You chase the sun on the run to find a brighter day.
Right.
I done ate so many.
That's true. You're trying to find. You're using the drugs. You're using the alcohol. You're using the pills, whatever it may be, to find happiness, to find a brighter day, but you never find it. You know, it's like he says, a bullet to the chest.
On the run to find a brighter day. I done ate so many pills.
Look at the this is actually really clever here, real quick. He says, you chase the sun on the run to find a brighter day, right? He's saying you're chasing happiness, and you're chasing, a better life. But then look at the guy pushing the cart. He's homeless. What you're going to get with the drugs is what the picture of is with this guy right here. You're going to get into that situation. Homeless, with lonely, homeless, nobody around. You're never going to find that brighter day. This is what you're going to get. This is the reality that you get when you do drugs and when you do, whatever addiction that you have. Again, I'm not deceiving you guys in any way. I do have an occasional drink. Usually at the end of the week, I'll have a drink, a couple drinks. But it's not one of those things where I need it all the time. When I was in the military, I'm not gonna lie, we used to party pretty hard. You'd be on base and you'd be partying pretty hard, and you get into that addictive type of state. But as I've grown and get a little older, I try to stay away from the hard stuff because that kind of takes me to a place I don't want to go. But I do like a good wine. But you gotta, I don't need it all the time. It's a one, listen to me confess everything. I know I'm trying to justify my actions here, but I do like a good glass of wine, or a good bottle of wine, with my wife. We sit down and have a good, bottle of wine. And every once in a while we'll take a shot of whiskey or something like that. But it's not something that I need all the time to make me. I like being sober better, but I do have anxiety issues. I'm a human being. And I falter and I fail, and my faith is strong, and I shouldn't be using that as a way to cope with life, but I do use it to a little bit to kind of bring my anxiety down, at the end of the week or something like that, like a Friday night or Saturday night. I got 4 kids and a demanding wife, and I don't want to get into it all. Stay to the end.
Run to find a brighter day. I done ate so many pills I should never hurt. I've been on them purple hills in an Aussie shirt. So much powder through my nose just to be a bum. This pain is so fun, cause I am so numb.
Yeah. Once again, fantastic music and artist. Thank you, Jeff, for the constant supply of songs and raps that I could listen to kind of keep me based. You know what I mean? I do appreciate it. Very talented, very talented. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I know I probably ruin it sometimes, but you guys should know. When you come into a reactor, you should be listening to the song first, then come to the reactor. That's kind of how I listen to it. I like to listen to a couple bars. I like to talk about it a little bit. And then, if you don't want me hitting the space bar, then, maybe this isn't the place for you. I love you guys. You guys are really patient with me. You're really patient with me. All of my talk stuff. I really appreciate it. I am going to the first. So let's see when we're leaving. February, the first week of February, we're going to be in Mexico for a little while. We've got a place booked for a week and a half, a little over a week, and staying through Valentine's Day and all that. So I won't be able to do a lot of reactions, but I need my quality time with my wife, where we're just kind of relaxing, so that I don't need the drugs and the alcohol to wind down. We just want to sit by the water and get sunburned, and we always say get tanned, but that never happens. You always get sunburned. Even I don't get sunburned that easy because I got a lot of Indian in me, but my wife does. She's very fair complected, and she kind of just not good. But I need that, so that I don't get into this addictive. You do get you hear raps like these, and it really makes you think about the things that you do in life. And you really, human beings are very addictive. We are very habitual. We have an addictive type of we can get addicted to things very easy. So you really have to be aware of that as a human being. And some of us are really, we get addicted easier than others, right? Some people can pull back and they don't get addicted to it, and they use it as a coping mechanism, like I was saying earlier with my anxiety. But some people can just, they don't get addicted at all. I think I've talked to people quite regularly about this within my family, my children. It's interesting. I know some of you don't want to hear this, but I want to share with you because maybe it might hit someone a certain way. We live way out in the country, and when my wife and I first got married, my side of the family is almost everybody that I know within that is addicted to something, and we decided. My wife and I discussed it when we first got married, that when we have children, we don't, we want to talk to them and we want to educate them on these subjects. But we don't want them to be, we don't want that around them in their life. Show them a little bit to see what the consequences are, but we don't want that around them to where it influences them a lot. So we, right or wrong, we stepped away from a lot of my family, even though I love them and I still, engage with them and everything, but we really have never, my children haven't been involved with my side of the family too much because of their addictive states. So, like I said, right or wrong, that's just the choice that we made. And in my opinion, it was a good choice. My children growing up, and, they are adults and they make their own decisions. And I know on occasion they, have a drink and whatnot. But I'm pretty aware of, who they are and how they act. And I don't see them in an addictive type of state. They're very, they're contributing members of society, and they're good people. And I think we did the right thing by kind of keeping them away from people who were in that addictive state all the time. And, it's unfortunate though, sometimes, because if you live in the city, you don't always have that option. You're surrounded by people who are addicted to things. You see people on drugs and the drugs are available a little bit more than, like what my wife and did. We pulled out and we're living out in the country, all these years. And again, we made a conscious decision at the beginning to not, we didn't want to be in a city environment to where that was around, all the time. And so, not everybody has that opportunity to do that. And when it came available to us, we took it and we got out, and it was by the grace of God that, we were able to do that and give something to our children. Well, take that bad environment away from them. And, we didn't shelter them, of course, but, we were able to kind of pull them out of the environment and then allow them to grow and you know discuss things and show them that the addictive states that human beings can get in are nothing. They do nothing but harm you. And so, I just wanted to kind of share that with you. I mean, I know it's a kind of touchy subject with a lot of people, and a lot of people nowadays they run around and talk about privilege and everything like that. But my wife and I have suffered quite a bit. And when I was younger, I didn't have it easy. So the privilege thing don't really fly with me. Because I wasn't privileged when I was younger. It enabled me to make better decisions for my children and my family as I aged. So peace, guys. Have a good night.